I promise if you stick around until the end, I will show you something that may shock you. Alright, here we go. Zorin OS 17.3 is here. Alright, so this is what they're doing with this because Windows 10 is reaching its end of life in October. Millions of PCs that don't meet Windows 11's strict hardware requirements will be left behind. Full disclosure, you can install Windows 11 on dinosaur PCs like this 14-year-old Lenovo. Can you do it? Full disclosure, yes. Should you do it if you don't know what you are doing? I would have to say no. So that's why Zorin OS is an alternative to this. Now, what they have done here with Zorin, they've added the capability, or have expanded their capability, built-in database to what's called sideloading Windows executables. All right, for example, launching the Windows installers for apps like Obsidian now directs you to their native Linux versions in the software store. It also suggests the closest native alternatives to other Windows-only apps, like the built-in document viewer instead of using Adobe Acrobat Reader in Windows. Now, there is a new default web browser. Bye Firefox. I guess you can say they fired Firefox. Haha. Zorin Connect, upgrades to Zorin Connect to connect your phone to this. Not something I do, but hey, it's there if you want to use it. So why not? Millions of people have Android phones. Of course, updated apps. What's also nice here is built-in support. You don't have to use the terminal command. Yay! Built-in support for Flatpak, snaps, app images, and packages. So very nice. So if you currently have Zorin OS Pro, the previous version, and want to upgrade, they are asking you to check your downloaded link in your original email to upgrade to the latest one. And if you are completely new to all this, there are different versions of Zorin OS. There's the Core and the Pro. Again, you can download this from their website. It's $47.99 including tax. Again, if you're not sure, download the Core first. But if you need more, like more desktop environments and the full suite of software, creativity suite of software, then OS Pro is for you. They have done all the work for you. Again, I am testing this on a PC that originally had Windows 7. Nothing fancy, and it still works. Alright, pick a desktop, any desktop. With the Pro version, you get more desktop layouts. I mentioned the expanded creative suite of apps with the Pro version, such as Photoshop compatible apps and audio workstation and stuff like that. You know, I have to tell you, with Ubuntu, I test on a different machine. You have to use terminal command to do some tweaks, install extensions that might break the system to make it more usable for Windows users. It's ridiculous. It works, but it's ridiculous. In this, all the work is done for you. For example, right-click on the desktop, a nice drop-down menu, set of functions. This is good. This should be standard across all Gnome desktop environments to make it easier for Windows users, but it's not. You have to do extra work to install pieces of software to make the new operating system more enjoyable. I think it's ridiculous, but these guys have done the work for you. And this is how it should be. I mean, it's 2025. Simplify, simplify. So for example, with this, you can right-click if you want to add a text document to the desktop. So this is just an example of adding a quick text document. Again, the ability to right-click. This feature is built in Zorin. And so far, testing this a little bit less than a week, nothing has broken. Extensions can break the Gnome desktop. I know some of you have said they never break. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Pardon my New York attitude. Okay, so again, we can do this. Now, another thing is the ability to click to minimize, click to maximize. Again, not available in Ubuntu. You have to modify using the terminal. And yes, in Ubuntu you have to, and even in even in this, you have to enable GNOME shell extensions to add anything extra. You really don't have to, in my opinion. Again, this is everything you need to get started in a modified version of the GNOME desktop. And this really is the best, I think is the best modified version of GNOME that does not break, that does not force you to use terminal commands to make this work. I know I probably just had 1,000 Windows users go, hey man, terminal commands, I'm out of here, man. I get it. been there, done that. You don't. I can't say you will never have to use the terminal in Zorin, but 99% I'm sure you don't have to. All right, different desktop backgrounds. Very nice. I kind of like this one here. So I moved the taskbar to the right since I'm right-handed. Again, you can move this anywhere you want to. Another extension, the ability to right-click on the taskbar. And some more options here. Look, this just makes it nicer. Will you have to use all these option functions? I don't know. Try it and see. All right, so for example, here the position of the taskbar, panel screen position, bottom, top, left, right. I can even squish it, make it smaller here as you see to the right, expand it or not expand it. Again, all this is built in to make it easier for you. Some more options here. I must say that using the dark theme is nice. Again, click action, click to minimize, maximize. Again, it's pre-built. You know, this is like a nice Italian recipe for fettuccine alfredo. Everything is pre-cooked in this, and this tastes marvelous. All right, let's see where we should go. All right, so here we have the usual shortcuts here as we see a nice Windows weather application there. All right, back to the Z menu. Man, I say this dark menu really looks nice. All right, some more software here. Now there are different ways to install software in Linux. Of course, you can use the terminal if you want to. I'll show you the software center here in a moment. Yeah, no more Firefox. Brave browser is built in by default. Installed by default, I guess. Again, they fired Firefox because of the privacy issue. Yeah, I know. I installed OBS Studio, Simple Screen Recorder. Simple Screen Recorder does not work. Not the fault of Zorin. And that's because I'm using Wayland. And I didn't realize I was using Wayland until I got to this. I'm like, holy crap, this thing is running? Wayland? And it's not crashing? Dang. Thank you, Zorin. Yeah, Wayland has been in development since the War of 1812. And since 2008. Yeah, hey, take your time. No rush. Okay. Let's go to Windows app support. All right, so for those of you who need Windows app-specific ones, run Windows apps in Zorin OS with Wine and Bottles. This package installs the Wine compatibility layer as well as bottles. Not those kind of bottles. Wine allows you to run many Windows apps inside Zorin OS as if they are native apps. Bottles makes it easier to install and manage Windows apps and games and applies patches to Wine. Not that kind of wine. I love red wine. In order to make individual Windows apps more compatible with Zorin OS and run better. Full disclosure, Wine has never worked for me. Okay? All right. Some Windows apps may not be compatible with Windows apps support, and your computer and personal data may be vulnerable to a breach when running Windows apps from unknown sources. Again, at least they're telling you this should work. It may not work, but it's an option. It's built in, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, maybe you may not even need this type of Windows app support to migrate from Windows to Linux. I don't know. Try it and see is probably the best advice that I can give you. All right, so System Tools. Let's go to the Software Center, as I like to call it here. All right, updates. We're up to date. Installed applications and Explore. Yeah, nice looking use of default fonts and colors here, very pleasing on the eye. So let's do an example here. Let me search VLC. Of course, this is already installed here in Zorin. This should be the default player for all operating systems. Now, what's nice here again, you have a choice, for example, of this for Flatpaks, app packages. In some cases, you can download the app image if you want to. The Snap package, again, it's all pre-built in. You don't have to modify this or do any terminal commands to allow all this to happen for you and save you time and headache and bottles of aspirin migrating from Windows to Linux. So very nice. And yes, I know the terminal sucks for Windows users in the beginning. It's not that hard. But in the beginning, you should not be forced to use the terminal to modify your system to make it easier for you. So I get it. Been there, done that, and yes, I still use Windows. Alright, some shortcuts here on the Z menu. You've seen all this before. And yeah, look, this just works. So the Zorin appearance, layout theme, effects, desktop, Windows interface fonts to the left, some desktop environments here. Yeah, I just left this the way it is. I tried all four of these. It's okay. I think it looks a little bit slicker with the extra desktop and layout environments available if you upgrade to Zorin OS Pro. Again, you don't have to upgrade to the Pro, but I think if you are completely new, it may be wise to try the core first and then upgrade to the Pro. It's not that much, and you support the team that have been doing all this for about 15 years. So we have some themes here, background, yeah. So all this is very nice. You can make this run faster by not enabling animations. You can do something called jelly mode that I think it'll work here in a second. Here we go. Jelly mode, yeah, kind of make things squishable. Is that a word, squishable? I think it's kind of silly, but hey, if you want special effects, why not? Keep in mind that it will use more system resources and slow you down. And we can add a trash icon to the desktop and other icons if you so choose to. So again, very nice to have that option. Windows Action key and so on. Title bar buttons to the left or right. Of course, I am right-handed, so I put the title bar buttons to the right. Some more options here. Again, I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. Again, this has all been tweaked for you, and no crashing, no extensions breaking, nothing freezing. It just works. This is how Ubuntu should have been, should be, in my opinion. Okay, well, we got some more options here. Look, this does a lot, and I could spend all day talking about this, how nice this is, but I don't think that is necessary. Ultimately, in the end, you have to try this for yourself. So, yeah, make your computer more powerful, and this is an alternative to Windows and Mac. Okay, I promise you something shocking at the end. This is a Lenovo, nothing special there. Only 8 gigs of RAM. It works. More is better, but it works. Now this has the old AMD Athlon 2 processor, dual core. Yeah, this is from the dinosaur age, but it works surprisingly pretty quick, even faster than Linux Mint. I dual boot this with Linux Mint. AMD graphics, the RS780, integrated graphics again from the dinosaur age. The 500 gig disk capacity. What's so special about that? This is the original hard disk drive that had Windows 7. The original hard disk drive. Isn't that amazing? And this runs, okay, I can't say it's fast like an SSD, but it works. I'm running Wayland. Didn't know until I started recording this, and I'm like, dang, it actually works. This works much better than I thought it would on an outdated PC with the original hard disk drive. You really should upgrade to an SSD. It will perform better. But hey, as a backup PC with the original hard disk drive, I'm all good with this. So what else can I say? I ran OBS Studio, and as we look at the stats here, we have some few frames dropping off here, but not too bad. Again, this feels lighter. I never thought I would say lighter and the Gnome desktop in the same sentence. It feels like an oxymoron, I know. Listen, I'm done. Check out the latest Zorin OS. As a Windows user, I'm telling you, I've tested this. I recommend it. It seems to work. Enough of the jokes. I'm moving on. Goodbye. I need my coffee. Ciao.